Welcome back to Prime Edition, our socials at KBC Channel 1 on X, Facebook and YouTube.
On to that story that we teased earlier on, the National Gender and Equality Commission has raised an alarm over the escalating cases of femicide and gender-based violence right across the country, calling for urgent and coordinated action.
In its latest report, the Commission has called for swift and effective prosecution of perpetrators as part of the critical measures it says will help the country deal effectively with the vice.
Here's that report.
Acknowledged a notable increase of over 100% in convictions of perpetrators of gender-based violence, the National Gender and Equality Commission has issued a wake-up call for immediate action to end the equally increasing cases of femicide.
We are proposing strengthening of legal framework to ensure that these matters are addressed with the seriousness it deserves.
A 5-day sensitization forum with special interest groups conducted in 5 counties last week to address escalating crises revealed the need to prioritize outreach programs to address underlying social and economic drivers of the violence.
There are so many state actors and non-state actors operating within this space of gender agenda. And I feel like the agenda is disappearing because everybody expects so and so will handle the agenda. Therefore, we are seeking for collaboration so that the agenda then gets the attention it requires.
The strategies must include both the county government as well as the national government to change the mindset to deal with this crisis.
The Commission has emphasized on the need for adequate funding to support shelters, legal aid and physiological services for survivors, alongside intensified efforts to ensure swift prosecution of perpetrators.
We also propose adequate funding, especially for the victim, the survivors. We should provide enough shelter whereby this victim, and the report that was released has said that the largest perpetrators of femicide are intimate partners, partners known to the victims. And therefore, it will always be advisable to have an alternative shelter.
The National Gender and Equality Commission, in particular, singled out men in the age bracket of 35 to 60 years, who it says have been frustrated by the lack of economic empowerment initiatives.
The triggers for this kind of violence that is being experienced in our country is alarming and requires, as the chairperson has just said, new strategies on how to change the mindset, and particularly for the men between the ages, from our statement, of 35 to 60. And what was coming out of there was the issue of cultural issues, issues of economic situations, issues of stress, and which is coming very closely within the people who know one another.
Many times, even when decisions are made, the elders say you're supposed to pay this fine, you're supposed to do. The victim do not even get compensated. Therefore, one of my agenda is to fight that kind of arrangement that will disadvantage the victim.
For Prime Edition, I'm Gladys Mongai.